what is up, you guys? Over the party, and like every day is your birthday because we got another one for you guys today. We got the most overpowered anime swordsman, man. Shout out to Vinny too for this one. And you guys already know, bruh. Now, I've seen a couple of swordsmen before, but you guys already know who I got as #1. Shout out to Zoro. He just is that dude, bro. I'm sorry, he's that guy. He literally took out a whole group of samurai with a... spoiler alert, with a little ass knife, dude. So, without further ado, we're gonna hop right into this. Let me think. What? Let me know who you think is going to be #1 on the list. And without further ado, let's hop right into it. Let me know what's other swordmen doing that.
In the world of anime, weapons come aplenty, but none of them seem more common than the good old sword. But not all swordsmen are created equally. For today's list, we're going to be going over some of the most absurd and overpowered masters of the sword that the anime world has given us. And to add an extra challenge, I'll be straying away by default from all those isekai and light novel characters, because we know incomprehensibly overpowered characters are all the rage these days. So here we are.
Yeah, I like that.
Some of the most...
Does that mean like no shit like Fate and stuff like that? Because there's some suit Fate people, but those guys aren't even like people, you know what I mean? They're like demonic old warriors, shit like that, being summoned from the dead. Those aren't even like real people.
Powered swordsman in
Man.
anime. Let's open up with one of the OGs, Goemon.
Bro, I should move this over here. I've never thought of that. That way you guys can actually see the titles. I've never thought about that before. That's a good idea, me. Damn.
The Lupin series isn't exactly the first title that crosses anyone's mind when the topic shifts to overpowered characters, but can we take a step back and look at Goemon's insane feats? With Goemon, the show takes realism and throws it out the window in hilariously entertaining ways. I'm not just talking about one-man army moments. It showcases his skill, I'm sure, but what makes him overpowered is how his sword can just slice through anything. Literally. Like, I mean, airplanes, cars, trucks, anything.
Bro, what kind of sword is that?
Meteors and lightning are no match against his almighty Zantetsu.
Lightning? That man can chop through lightning?
Trucks, anything. Heck, even meteors and lightning are no match against his almighty Zantetsuken. That's absurd in an entertaining, over-the-top way, if you ask me. Next up is another OG.
Oh, and you can see their skin. That one looked crazy.
It takes a monster of a man to be the master and mentor to the notorious Battosai, but that description doesn't exactly describe Hiko Seijuro now, does it? First impressions can be misleading, and while he does look cool and powerful, Seijuro doesn't seem to be an absolute top-tier fighter. Well, he's strong, but to the point where his involvement would have quickly ended the whole Shishio fiasco. But he is apparently that, and there's no one in Rurouni Kenshin who can even come close to this guy. It's just a shame that he doesn't have a lot of chances to show his actual prowess in the show. It's in the personality, after all. He doesn't get too involved with the story and its events, but given that he's trained Kenshin and how he demolishes all competition when he does show up, it's clear as day that Hiko Seijuro is the most powerful character in Rurouni Kenshin. How about moving to something more modern? Wait, FMA's been around for almost 2 decades now? Anyway, here's King Bradley. Ah, the unstoppable King Bradley, owner of the all-seeing...
Bro, looks like he just got off his 9-to-5 paper job.
Does not a badass and overpowered swordsman make. For all the hype behind the powers of precognition, King Bradley, as both a character and a fighter, isn't solely defined by it. If it were me, I'd say that King Bradley strikes fear in the hearts of enemies due to his sheer skill in swordsmanship. Being a homunculus, he naturally has augmented physical abilities, agility, reflexes, all of that sort of stuff. He's not the biggest powerhouse the series has to offer, but he's by far one of the best duelists here, being able to turn numbers disadvantages into easy and memorable wins. Then you remember that ultimate eye I talked about? That more or less brings everything over the edge, and you can see how Bradley has maintained his hold over power for so long. It makes his eventual defeat all the more cathartic and built Scar up so much. We couldn't have this list without
going above and beyond for that one.
Guts is just the type of character that oozes badass, edgy energy with his every movement. The design speaks for itself, and he fits seamlessly in the gritty, no-nonsense storytelling that Berserk.
Yeah, I've never seen those scenes, but I've always heard Berserk's animation is not that good. And the scenes I usually see are dark red, so in my opinion, they don't look too bad. These I could tell. These I could definitely tell.
Edgy energy with his every movement. The design speaks for itself, and he fits seamlessly in the gritty, no-nonsense storytelling that Berserk gives us. I don't exactly know where to start with Guts because he just has so many moments worth talking about in the show. Probably the most popular amongst them is the one where he defeats 100 soldiers, a shining moment where he not only shows off his power, but his durability as well. Berserk's filled with badass characters, but none of them embody the word as much as Guts himself.
That man go
Among the
crazy.
characters we've covered so far, he's by far the perfect raid boss, a pure juggernaut of power and hardiness.
Is that the Hulk? Hulk ain't smashing shit.
Afro Samurai's a cool one too.
Dude is a goat.
Afro Samurai is not too known, but who else can get a short anime series all meant to show how awesome he is? Yet the whole premise of Afro Samurai is his quest to be the strongest and how amazing he is in the road to glory. From the get-go, we get treated to a one-man army moment after another in a series that pulls no punches in depicting violence and how unstoppable Afro really is. In terms of having strength that's just impossible to wrap our heads around, I admit that Afro falls a bit short compared to someone like King Bradley, but that doesn't detract from how overpowered and badass he is. This is something you must need to believe.
Isn't this the anime where the number 2 swordsman can get fought by everybody, but only the number 1 dude can get fought by the number 2? Is that Samurai? Because I was really wanting to check that one out, and I forgot what it was called.
So head on over, start watching the show's 5 episodes, and be dazzled. At the
Only
might of
5
Afro Samurai.
episodes?
Bleach's poster child for overpowered swordsman, Kenbutchie.
Damn, dude, a blade? Bro,
You know,
the
part of me
blade.
wanted to give the title to Aizen or
Now we gotta
Yuha
meet
from the
Cleaver.
upcoming 1000-year Blood War arc. However, the latter's manga exclusive for now, and the former feels like a mage in terms of fighting. However, in honest, brutal, no-holds-barred sword fights, without delving into the manga-only spoiler territory for to-be-revealed swordsmen and swordswomen, few can come close to Kenbutchie. Kenbutchie is the series' definition of an overpowered monster that's virtually impossible to stop. Whereas most Shinigami use magical powers from their swords, Kenbutchie just
This
prefers
guy's
to face
no
his
joke.
battles head on. Direct combat and getting down and dirty is his jam, and if we're going to let the anime's
He
combat
likes
record
Ian
speak,
hits.
it's a pretty damn effective tactic, isn't it? Kenbutchie hasn't really lost a single fight so far. Will the 1000-year Blood War arc be finally when Kenbutchie finds his match? Let's wait and see. Does Levi count? Well, he's pretty overpowered as they come.
Yeah, I think we could count Levi in there. Those things are kinda swords. Yeah, I'd say they're swords. They have a handle and there's a blade. I'd call them a sword. Don't mess with young Levi.
Humanity's strongest soldier for nothing. It's been almost a decade since Levi first graced our screens with his jaw-dropping feats, and it's great that he's still going strong. He's still as overpowered as they come, and even in the latter seasons of Attack on Titan, you can see that he's pretty much a one-man army. Some people even go as far as to say that he's the one person single-handedly keeping the balance of power between humanity and Titans in check.
Low key.
We all know that Eren's the big star in the finale of Attack on Titan,
really might be.
but Levi's left quite a legacy in his wake. His Zeke battles are moments immortalized in every Attack on Titan fans' lives, and everyone knows how epic seeing him slice and dice his way to Titans will always be. But hey, April is the start of spring in Japan, so that means Sakura.
Hey, this is their
and flower
box.
viewing. It also leads to May, which is when the Japanese Kurako and Kyo Treat will be bringing you a Sakura.
Shout out, man. Make sure you guys go show the sponsor some love, bro. Those boxes do look pretty freaking awesome, man. And like a whole lot of good in there for sure.
Get $5 off your first box.
Look at those Pringles.
I guarantee you won't regret spending a cent on this super good deal. From the One Piece universe, the undisputed king of the sword is Mihawk.
Nah, though, Zoro's definitely taking his shit, bro.
There's a good reason
now,
to fear Mihawk.
not then,
Titled
but now.
Strongest swordsman in the world. His appearance alone strikes into his opponents a very powerful presence, but wait until you get to actually see what he's capable of. To wit, he's defeated Zoro handily, and you know, you're pretty badass to have dueled with Shanks multiple times. With those credentials under his belt, seeing him lay waste to entire fleets of ships or flexing his power against gigantic icebergs does seem like child's play, don't you think?
He is soup. He is soup. I'll give it to him for sure.
Strength. He has no devil fruit, but I wouldn't blame you if you thought that he had one, really. Let's save the most insane of them all for last, Utsuru.
Damn, bro, Zoro didn't even make the list? That's kind of disrespectful, bro. Respectfully, that's hella disrespectful. Now, early Zoro, I don't think should be on the list, but late Zoro, episode 1000 One Piece, that man is a certified GOAT. I'm stressing that one's smacking Red Hawk 100%. I don't care what you gotta say. The end Zoro that we're watching right now is definitely smacking that freaking other dude, whooping the floor with him. I don't know about utsuru, but he definitely smacking the other guy.
In all my years of watching anime, I don't think that any anime swordsman comes close to Utsuru in terms of being overpowered. We're talking about a guy who can outright defy death here. Besides those gimmicks, Utsuru himself is as skilled as they come in combat. He's the type of person who would take on an entire protagonist party and come out on top without breaking a sweat. Considering how many top tier swordsmen Gintama has, I mean that's a feat by itself. But then you add all those immortality gimmicks, it's no wonder there's an entire...
Oh yeah, he might be able to whoop Zoro, bro. He definitely might be able to whoop Zoro.
It does take a whole load of plot contrivances and combinations from the protagonist and allies to finally put him down, and that's just a testament to how broken he really is. Who amongst these swordsmen is the most overpowered and badass?
What a crazy list, man. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments. Man, it is late as shit tonight, bro. It's 11 o'clock. I still got to start editing the One Piece script for our next review and breaking up some videos for the TikTok. If you guys didn't know, we are going to start posting on TikTok again. I used to post on it all the time, and I stopped for a long bit, but we're going to get back on our grind over there. So I would love if y'all check that out. But definitely some overpowered swordsmen. Let me know down in the comments what your opinion is on the most OP swordsman of them all. Shout out to the young Vinny too. Make sure y'all go help him for the Millie Schmilly. Only, damn, he getting hella subs, bro. He's only 27. Yeah, bro, he's only 27k away. What a feat. What a feat. You guys have a great rest of your day, man, and deuces.